how would I think and go around? Like, should I have a meetup and a podcast? Should I have just a meetup? Should I have just a podcast? Like, if you can give like general advice to the listener who's probably an entrepreneur in some way, maybe in real estate, maybe not. Should they do both? Should they do one? What would you say with your experience so far?
That's tough because everybody's situation is different. I think number one, play to your strengths. If you're not a big networker, but you like talking and you're very knowledgeable and you want to access more people, like a larger quantity, then maybe go towards the podcasting. Where with me, I like more of the personal in-person relationships. Like I don't do super well with a lot of superficial relationships. I connect better with people one-on-one. And so for me, it made more sense to go the meetup route. Mm-hmm. However, here I am starting a podcast now, right? So I think but actually, I know, I apologize for interrupting you. I want you to get back to, want you to get back there. But the listener needs to know that Dallon is saying he thinks the in-person thing, the one-on-one thing is the most important. And actually, so he's starting a podcast. And I think you need to hear that that special way that I told you, like in the beginning of this episode, that he's doing his podcast actually is hitting on the one-on-one relationship. And it sounds crazy because you're like, no, he's having a meeting with somebody, but it's going in front of like hundreds or even thousands of people. So just stay tuned, stay with us, because it's really special, I think, how he decided to do this. And I think it's being really effective for him so far. I just wanted to at least let them know that, yes, you are still doing that with your podcast, but keep going. And I promise this all comes full circle. And that's why I started with this meetup thing. So number one, play to your strengths initially, right? And number two, capacity. Like, do you have the capacity to do both? If you don't, which one do you feel like is going to get you to your goals the quickest and most efficiently? So it really depends on your situation. I knew I'm not a technical savvy guy at all when it comes to video editing, when it comes to softwares, when it comes to things like that. That's not me. That's why I do real estate, because it makes sense. I could see it, I could touch it, and it makes sense to me. So that's why I didn't go down the podcasting route, because I didn't want to deal with editing the videos and figure out hosting and putting together artwork and marketing it and doing all this stuff. And when I was starting out, I knew there were companies like yours, Adam, that helped people with this. But as a new entrepreneur and business owner, I didn't have the capital or the resources to invest into it. So for me, I looked at my current situation and said, hey, a meetup I can do fairly inexpensively, and it aligns more with my desire to connect with people in person. So that's the route I went. So again, I think it really depends on your listener's situation. If they're already doing a podcast and they want to start a meetup, truthfully, I think people should do both, because I think there's pros and cons to both of them. Learning to speak from a stage in front of a lot of people and having that public speaking ability is priceless. Absolutely priceless. Like being able to influence crowds and people in that way is a skill that everybody in business, whether you're real estate or not, any business should have.